So I'm going to do a brief sequence for the rib cage. A lot of the times we're dealing with a rib cage that is stuck a little bit forward like this. And one of this kind of backdoor ways to get into having a spine that can extend again is actually just working on your rotation. Okay, so we'll give it a go. I'm going to get you to come into your side lying. You're going to need maybe a bolster and a block. We're going to stack our legs so that your feet are aligned, knees are aligned. Knees are to 90 degrees, hips are 90 degrees, and then I'm going to lower myself and place my head onto my bolster to start. Now I might be moving this later where we'll take a look. Okay, so I'm going to take these blocks and touch them to both of my knees. And this is a key part of this sequence. As soon as you let your knees slide, and I'll just kind of move the blocks to show like whether they're lifting up, whether they're moving forward, or all of those kind of things. As soon as it's doing any of that, we've lost what we're looking for. So I'll just show at a different angle. I want both knees touching like that. Okay, so my body is aligned with the long side of my mat. I have my knee to a block as my cue, and then I'm going to kind of hold this bolster here for a minute, but I'm going to be ready to push it out of my way. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do is take our lower shoulder, take it out from our body and slightly in front. From there, we can now remove this bolster, kind of just get it out of our way. We're going to inhale, we're going to lengthen up, creating as much space as you can from your hip all the way to your fingertips. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to take your right shoulder, like for me, I'm on my right side down. I'll take my bottom shoulder out from underneath my body and I start to rotate it slightly forward. From there, I'm going to inhale, lengthen through from my hips to my fingertips, and then see if I can move my arm like a clock, slowly opening it all the way up to 90 degrees. So right now I have my full range. This is something I work on frequently. I could get a little bit more of the shoulder down, but it's not too bad. As you're going, your arm is up and off the ground, or you're just not able to go any further, you're going to pause at what your body is telling you for that day, and then you're going to just gently flex and extend the spine, doing your cat-cow, until you can bring the arm even a little bit further towards the T. Then you're going to cat-cow again and keep on going. If your arm is up and off the ground, you can bend at the elbow and start to create length through the elbow, or you can take something like the bolster and just have something you're touching so your hand's not hanging in the air. Okay, so once you're all the way, worked your way to your T, you can take a look down, make sure your knees are both still touching the block, and then we're going to just work this last little bit even a little bit more. Okay, we're going to inhale, lengthen from sacrum to skull, and we're going to cat-cow our spine for a moment or two. And then we're going to inhale, lengthen through the right arm to get a little bit more, and then we're going to exhale, take up the slack with our right arm. Relax your face, relax your throat. We're spiraling our spine right to the last little bit of end range. Inhale, lengthen through the right arm. Exhale, lengthen through the left and take up the slack. Hold for a moment or two, start to cat-cow the spine. Those spots of our spine that don't like to move can easily dodge stretching in this position. So we're just cat-cowing to make sure that they're staying included. One last one, make sure your knees are staying touching the block, and we're going to inhale, lengthen through the right hand, and exhale, lower that left shoulder even a little bit more. Okay, so that's our stretch. We're going to slowly come out. This is going to maybe feel a little bit sore. We'll come back to our side, and then you can just rotate on your back and rest for a moment or two with this feeling of new mobility gains on your left side only. You can pause and compare left side to right side, see how that feels for you. And then trying to do the same thing on the other side. So I will join you for that. hips to 90 degrees, knees to 90 degrees, block to both sides of knees. We're going to take our lower shoulder out from underneath our body, and then we're going to reach our upper arm all the way up and over our head. We keep our right, for me, I have right side up, but keep your like hip that's towards the ceiling away from your ears. And then you start this process of inhale, lengthen through your bottom arm, and exhale, lengthen through your right or your top arm. You start to come all the way out. If you can get to a T, you're now at your end range. So this side I actually have, I can feel my shoulders a little bit lifted. So we'll work on that together, okay? So for me, I kind of get my arm to about there, and that's where I can feel, oh, my spine's not wanting to do this. So I'll start to cat-cow for a moment or two. And then I'm going to reach to my left arm and reach to the right arm. Hold for a moment or two, reach to the left arm, reach to the right arm. Take a check, see if your knees are still touching that block. Relax the face, relax the throat, reach to the left arm, take up the slack with the right arm. Cat-cow if you need to. Wake up that spine, wake up those areas that like to try to dodge the stretch, that like to stay stuck in flexion, and instead are curved forward, and instead encourage them to be able to go both forward and back and just have those few options in how they move. Again, reach through left arm, reach through right. Relax your face, relax your throat, and then decide if you'd like to hold this a little bit longer or if maybe this is far enough for today. If it's enough for you today, you're going to release your arm down, come onto your back, let yourself gently rest, and then compare left side to right side. Okay, so again, this is a very powerful movement in order to get your full benefits from the pose. A daily repetition is how you are going to get ahead enough so that when you go to do the stretch, you don't even need it, and that's when you know you're done. Okay, and that usually sticks around as long as you're keeping your body moving and stretching in different ways, but you don't have to do that kind of daily maintenance of the one stretch to really get ahead. All right, I hope you enjoyed. I would love to hear any feedback you might have, and I'll see you again.